Hey, what's going on? Zach here, bringing you guys another album review, and this time, if you guys have seen my review on Transmissions by Starset, you guys know that I would be reviewing this one as well. This here is Starset Vessels. I have pretty recently picked this one up, and I'm really happy that I did because I've been looking for this one, for a while. I finally found it at Best Buy, and I'm very glad I got it. It's such an amazing album, and I really mean it when I say that. Like, if you're somebody who has listened to this album, and and you for some reason just don't like this album, I question your sanity, because if there's any album that describes a masterpiece, if this doesn't do it, then I don't know what does. Even though this isn't really a metal album, and typically I do review metal albums, and I know some people on this channel are metalheads, and some of you may be like,
Well, Zach. Well, that's not a masterpiece album. You're not a true metalhead.
okay, first off, relax. Okay, it doesn't mean that I'm not a true metalhead. It just means I enjoy other genres of music, such as electronic. And with that being said, this album here by Starset definitely experiments with more electronic instruments, if you call them instruments. Just bear with me here. Than Transmissions, and I think that those are some of the qualities that makes this album better than Transmissions. However, the only thing that I can find that I like about Transmissions more is probably just the opening song. Not counting the intros. Okay, we're not counting the intros here. I thought "Down with the Fallen" was a much better song than Satellite from this record. It's just my opinion. It was "Down with the Fallen" had more energy to it. Satellite, I mean, it's a good track in its nature, but whatever. But yeah, this album does have an intro, and it is called "The Order." I typically skip it because it's kind of pointless, but it does go right into Satellite. And then after that, it goes into Frequency, which is a really, really great song. This is another song that really experiments with electronic instruments. And it's so good. It's pretty catchy. I do catch myself going to this one a lot. That track as well is very good. I'm going to skip Die For You and go to Ricochet, which is probably my most listened to song off this record. It's probably the most popular song on here too, and I can see why. This song, I feel like it's the identity of this entire record, and I can see why it's a single, because it embodies the entire album. It's the perfect example of what this album is. The song Ricochet, man, it starts off with some electronic beats, which is super awesome, and goes into brilliant vocals. Just brilliant vocals. The vocal work in this record's even better than they were on Transmissions. The instrument work is definitely better. It might be heavier, but I'm not too sure on that one. Because, like I said, Starset's not really a metal band. They're kind of like electronic mixed in with hard rock. But yeah. But with the track Ricochet, there's some moments where it can get a little bit fast-paced, kind of tones down a little bit, gets more melodic, which is just super awesome, and I love it. And I do want to skip some tracks ahead and go to the track Back to the Earth. It's another really great song. Also has a lot of brilliant electronic work in that song as well. The vocals, the lyrics too are good. He's got a really good voice, I gotta say. Last to Fall is the very next track. It's more ballad-like, not really much to say about it. Bringing It Down is the very next track. Man, this is another really good song. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's actually, I think it's the heaviest song on the record, and man, is it good. Yeah, and I do want to skip over to Monster, which is it's kind of an okay track. I mean, it's a single as well. I think it's a bit overrated, but still not bad, I guess. And then I do want to skip over to the very last track, which is Everglow. If there was a perfect way to end an album, if there is a better way to end an album, please let me know, because Everglow on this album determines how to make a perfect album close. I mean, this just wraps the entire thing up. It's a slower one, and it just, the vocals, I mean, that's the main reason I keep coming to this album, is mainly for the electronic work and the vocals. They're very good, and you know, and I'm a little iffy about the auto-tune in that track though, but it's not a huge deal. It's just a little filler, I guess. But yeah, it also has a lot of brilliant instrument work, but it does get fast-paced towards the end of this song. And like I said, it wraps up the album very well with Everglow. It's a very good song. But yeah, this is Vessels by Starset. It's a very excellent album, and I do recommend it. You know, if you're a fan of electronic or hard rock, you know, you gotta check it out. And also, I do think this is better than their than their last album, Transmissions, because I felt like they just took what worked in that album and made it even better in Vessels. So, I mean, this album is great. I mean, if you don't like this, you're missing out. You know, because I was a poor soul that missed out until somebody recommended to me in one of the comments in another video or something. I'm really glad I checked these guys out, and man, they're like, I only got into them like this month, and they're already like my most listened to band. You know, besides Demon Hunter, of course. You know, and that part of that is because I just now got into these guys, so of course I'm gonna be listening to them a lot. You know, even though they have 2 records, I'm a little concerned about that, because being that they have 2 records, these guys are going to get old fast. I'll tell you that right now. They're going to get old fast. You know, you don't have much variety, which is why I don't really understand how people can like a band that only has 1 album. Like, not much variety there. But whatever, it's not a big deal. You know, because Starset is still a very great band nonetheless. Well, what do you guys think of Starset's Vessels? I think it's a fantastic album. I think it's better than Transmissions, and man, it's like almost a perfect album, I gotta say. Really great electronic music in that album, and it's so great. It does experiment more with electronic music than Transmissions did, which is why I think it's better. And it was also produced by Rob Graves, who also produced Red's albums. And as far as I'm concerned, Starset is influenced by Red. So that's a little side note there. But yeah, Starset, Vessels. Tell me guys what you think of the record. I think it's just an overall masterpiece. It's excellent. You gotta go listen to it. Well, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, see you all later.